Narrator Books and HarperAudio present The Formula: How Rogues, Geniuses, and Speed Freaks Re-Engineered F1 into the world's fastest-growing sport, by Joshua Robinson and Jonathan Clegg. Read by Qarie Marshall. To Our Siblings and Number 2 Drivers, Dan Clegg and Celine Robinson. 1. Bahrain, 2022. In early March 2022, the private jets and cargo planes that ferry Formula One cars around the globe, along with drivers, mechanics, chefs, and personal stylists, converged on the desert kingdom of Bahrain. It was not the kind of place the stars of the world's most popular motor racing series would normally visit of their own accord. The country is smaller than Luxembourg, hotter than melting rubber, and has a human rights record generously described by activists as dismal. But Bahrain also pays tens of millions of dollars every year for the privilege of being the first stop on the F1 calendar. As teams geared up for the new season, they were flying in for 3 days of painstaking tests at the Bahrain International Circuit. This would be their last chance to perfect their 2022 designs before the opening Grand Prix of the year. The drivers, a collection of slightly built millionaires without normal human fear receptors, filtered in from their respective corners of the world, but mostly from Monaco, their favorite tax haven on the French Riviera. To them, preseason testing in F1 is a lot like the first day of school. Only instead of everyone leering over each other's backpacks and sneakers, they're checking out bits like wing flaps and diffusers. This year, they'd come to Bahrain all itching for a look at the same thing, the newest design sitting in the Mercedes garage. What had the richest team in F1 cooked up now? The intrigue on this March morning was even higher than usual. For the better part of a decade, Mercedes had been the sport's ruling empire, an untouchable paragon of German engineering. Whatever you could do, Mercedes did better, smarter, and in clean silver paint. Not only were they the wealthiest outfit in the sport, they also made everything look so effortless. The team went about its business of obliterating the competition with old-world class and a healthy dose of snobbery. At times, it felt like Merck had more in common with a fancy watch company or a maker of fine leather goods than with the noise of wheel guns and the smell of exhaust fumes. That's what happens when a team laps the field and wins 7 world championships in a row. Or at least, that's what did happen until the final race of the 2021 season. 4 months before they came to Bahrain, Mercedes had been knocked off the top spot in nearby Abu Dhabi, as Red Bull edged it to the title in highly controversial circumstances. There had been plenty of bluster and even talk of a legal appeal from the team, but Mercedes eventually dropped the protests and decided to focus on doing what they always did, building a faster car. So by 2022, all of Formula One was bracing for the empire to strike back. Mercedes had the smarts and the financing to do it with a vengeance, and most of all, they had people who knew just how to pull it off. The team's recent dominance had been built around 2 men. One was its team principal, a suave Austrian named Toto Wolff, who speaks 5 languages, conservatively, and wears nothing but crisp white shirts, handsomely. The other was its British star driver, Lewis Hamilton, who had won 7 world championships and whose wardrobe consists of everything except crisp white shirts. On this particular morning, Hamilton strode through the desert heat to the Mercedes garage in head-to-toe Alexander McQueen, from his oversized knit sweater to his leather combat boots. In a sport where most drivers are exclusively dressed in team-issue gear and ill-fitting shorts around the circuit, Hamilton treats the F1 paddock like his own personal catwalk.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?